Good morning.
Good morning, Limitless women of the
How
Limitless
are you?
Studio.
How are you? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, I'm so excited for today.
I am too.
The final part is the final part.
It's not just the final part, it's the grand finale.
It's the grand finale, but it's also the grand finale, but the start of everything. Are you excited too, Rocky? Are you excited?
Yeah, so this is the final part of the Big Bang Theory for Business series, the grand finale, but it's also the start of just like an incredible new journey that we are going on and taking some of you amazing women with us. So I guess with every chapter that closes, another one opens, doesn't it? So anyway, let's finish this chapter, episode 3 of the Big Bang.
I've loved the series.
Big Bang.
Yeah, I've really loved this whole series. I've loved the way it's run over 3 weeks. Everyone has had time. I love the workbook that we can all go through, and I know we've been taking ourselves through that as well, just doing our own kind of like checkboxing exercise. So ladies, if you're watching us on replay, if you're watching us live, do you say hello that you're here? If you're watching on replay, hashtag Limitless, and let us know, did you watch episodes 1 and 2, or are you still watching on catch up? You know, episode 1 was all about being too hot to shine. This was, if we relate it to the Big Bang, this is before everything happens. It's like this pulsating energy, this pulsating passion that is hiding and it just can't get out. And how do you, Rocky?
Sorry, I'm just laughing because he's desperate for a kiss.
He's desperate for a kiss. He loves being part of these. And we took you through the aligned business architecture. We took you through our first 4 key pieces of the puzzle. So in the outer wheel, in the strategic wheels, Em took you through brand and social and why that's important for growing a business online. And I took you through desire and fear, because with every dream becomes a fear, and every single Big Bang starts with a dream. But it's always going to be frightening. So we took you through those 4 elements of the Metatron's cube and the Big Bang Theory for business. And then last week, gosh, I can't believe where did the week go? I don't even know. Was Let There Be Light. This is when you have done that initial explosion and where you suddenly feel like nothing's happening. And we talked about it in terms of being in the wilderness, and you're like, hello? Is anybody out there? Am I all alone? Is this really worth it? And we talk very much to 2 energies there in terms of the success energy and how you can use your human design energy to keep you on that path of success when there's no evidence around you, when you're in that dark space. And Em talked to you about program design, and she also talked to you about how you can fall in love with selling and launching your programs. Somebody at the door. Carry on.
Okay, so just a quick recap there, and a reminder that if you haven't seen part 1 and 2 yet, Ali, I believe they're now in the guides section inside of this group. Is that right?
Sorry, yes, they absolutely are. So if you just go, Facebook has changed it around. I don't know whether you've got the new version or the old version, but sometimes they're on the left and it says guides. Sometimes they're up at the top. Mine have now moved up to the top, and there's 3 lines, and you can go in guides and you'll find them in there. So they're right at the top of the guides section. You can find all of the previous sessions, episode 1, episode 2. You can see the details of ABBA Live, which is our program that this is all leading to, which starts in September. You can see the Q&A that we did yesterday. So if you've got questions about the program, you can go back and watch all of that. Em's talked about the strategic wheels. I've talked more about the energetic wheels. There's so much information. If you want to know more, you can take it, go and use it with your success blueprint, and just download that and work out what you need to do next in business. And we've got some ladies watching, so I'm just going to say hello Kate, hello Rachel, lovely to see you, lovely that you're with us today.
Good morning ladies.
Are you ready for the prize draw?
Now I'm excited. I'm excited because throughout this series we've been offering up the opportunity for 2 lucky ladies to win a private duo coaching session with us. One of those was taken last week by the lovely Jules. And this week we've got more names in the draw. You can see all muddled up in my little pots, and whoever comes out of this pot is going to win a duo coaching session with us, and with thanks for sharing this series. That's how they entered. So that's how they got in the pot. They shared the series over on their own timelines and their own social media. So thank you, ladies, for doing that. Are we ready?
We're ready. Thank you very much. And I also want to say to these ladies, well done and congratulations for being brave and for going out there and claiming it. Em and I were talking earlier today. Was it Jack Canfield who holds the $100 bill note and says, "Who wants a $100 bill?" And everyone just sits in their seats.
Yeah. Apart from the one person that goes up on stage and just grabs it from him, and they get it.
They get it. There's no condition. You just have to go and claim it. So well done for being brave and being that person who ran on stage. So thank you. You're so well deserving of this, and I can't wait to have the conversation, whoever it becomes. Go on, Em, pick them out.
Okay, I can't see. I'm going to dive right in towards the bottom here. Okay, I've got one. Okay, it is Kat Cavell.
Yay!
Woo! Yay, Kat! How exciting!
Cannot wait. I will be in touch and we will organise that. Em's away on holiday next week, so we will get it booked in as soon as we possibly can. So can't wait to be in touch.
Amazing.
Shall we get into the meat of the bones?
Yes.
Or the bones of the meat?
Let's get into all the meat and all the bones. Okay, so I wanted to start by setting a little bit of context about today, in terms of what does more galaxies, more stars mean. That's the title of episode 3. And obviously this is all part of the broader context that we've been talking about, which is the Big Bang theory of business. This idea that, we can create this incredible universe from a seed of an idea. And this is very much how we see business, and how we experience business is in this Big Bang theory. So the final part then is all about more galaxies and more stars. So if I can give you a little bit of history here as well, roughly about 400 million years after the Big Bang first happened, the universe was coming out of that kind of dark ages that we talked about last week. So, the time when the light could be seen for the first time and you start to emerge from the wilderness. And this period in the universe's evolution was where all of these clumps of gases started to collapse and form the very first stars and the very first galaxies of the universe. And in our world, what that means to us is this emergence of your very first clients and your very first income in your business. But the universe did not stop there. It did not stop at a few stars in one galaxy. It wasn't meant to have just one galaxy and 1 or 2 stars. So it continued on this an evolutionary path to create a whole solar system with much bigger stars like the sun and the planets, and millions and billions of other stars in its galaxy were created through this evolutionary process and growth. And the reason why I'm talking about stars and galaxies is because this is the metaphor for the expansion of business as we have seen it in our business, as we have experienced it, and as our clients are experiencing it in their businesses too. So if I think back, the emergence, if you like, of your first clients, your first stars, if you like, it's one of the most exhilarating moments, where sometimes you might have had this period of darkness and nothing has been happening quick enough, and then suddenly there's the evidence, something is happening, it's happening, and you've got this feeling of oh my gosh, it's working, this could actually be a thing. And you start to see people forming in your galaxy. You're starting to see people come into your world, and you're creating this business network around you. But we are entrepreneurs, and we have big ambition and big dreams and desire to help millions of people, and also change our lives in the process as well. And whilst we can be really grateful and really excited for our first 1 or 2 stars in our tiny galaxy, we always there's always more, isn't there? Like we always desire more. We desire more people in our galaxy. We desire more clients as stars and more income flowing through the universe to us. And we want more consistency in, you know, how we light ourselves up and be that brightest star that shines for all of the other stars to be able to find their way. And we have a desire to be well known outside of our own galaxy, for, you know, for people outside of our own network to know about what it is that we do, and for more people to come and see and find us. So this is what we mean when we talk about desiring more galaxies, more stars. It's I desire more star clients. I desire expansion into other galaxies. So today we're going to be sharing with you our final 2 strategic pillars and our final 2 energetic principles that lead to that expansion of your business. Okay, we're going to be talking about lead generation from a strategic perspective, like how you can reach galaxies beyond your own and start to call in and attract more clients. We're going to talk about scalability engineering, which I know sounds super scary, but stay with me because this is how we create more stars. It's the process by which we are able to serve more people, to create more opportunities for people to work with us, how we generate multiple services which lead to multiple and consistent income streams and overall revenue growth. Okay. And then from the energetics perspective, Ali is going to talk to you about your power energy and your belief energy and how important these are to the expansion of your business. I think you're going to start with power energy. So I'm going to hand over to Ali, and she's going to get you all powered up.
I'm going to get you all powered up. I just love that whole analogy, this whole Big Bang analogy of how relatable it is in business. It clarifies everything in my mind about how we do what we do and how we help others do what they want to do as well.
Right.
So these final 2 energetic pieces, if you're here, I can congratulate you because not many people stay the course to watch every single piece of a live series. So if you're here watching us live, if you're here watching us on replay, #Limitless, I congratulate you because you've got probably the 2 most important pieces of the energetic wheels and the 2 most important pieces of the strategic pieces of the framework. And I think from the energetic side, these 2 are the 2 that most people struggle with, and the thing that probably causes businesses to implode rather than explode. So you get to choose if you want to go down a black hole or if you want to light up the sky with millions and millions of stars. And ultimately, that's what our mission is as the Limitless CEO, is to help and serve as many people as we possibly can, as many stars and as many galaxies as we possibly can. But in order to do that, you've got to have these 2 things. You've got to have the power and you've got to have the belief that it's possible. So I'm going to start with power today. Power is energy, and energy is power. Power is the energy that has the momentum. This power energy that you're going to foster and create inside yourself is what is going to move you and is what is going to expand you into the next galaxy and the next galaxy and the galaxies and the galaxies and all the galaxies in as many universes and multiverses as you desire. Power is your light source, your source of light that shines so brightly so that the other galaxies, that the other stars in other galaxies can see you. The more powerful your light, the further your light is going to reach and expand. Just imagine when you come in and you turn on the light on one of those dimmer switches. As you turn up your power, as you let more power come in through the electricity cables, you're turning up the light and it's expanding and it's expanding and it's growing and it's growing and it's getting lighter and lighter and lighter. This is power energy in business. You want people to see you, you turn up your power, you create more light. Now, the biggest things that we see in terms of when power goes wrong or people misunderstand power is that there's confusion around power being something that is a strength that you force and push. We're not talking about the power here that you use to lift your dumbbells, to do your press ups, to push things, it's not a force energy, it's a different strength. I'm talking about the strength that comes from within. I'm talking about the power that you do not give away when you people please, when you're needing external situations to make you feel powerful. This is a power that comes from within. So I'm going to start first of all by talking really briefly around this power being a strength that isn't aligned with pushing, that isn't aligned with forcing, and how it is aligned with something that comes from within. It's like it's like the explosion within yourself rather than outwards. It's an effortless power. It's an internal power that you cultivate from within you, and you fill yourself up with this power so that you feel powerful. Powerful comes from within. You fill yourself up with this power, and then that is what radiates and expands and lets everybody else see you, because you've got so much power. You can light not only yourself, but you can light everybody else who comes into contact with you. Powerless then. We become powerless when we give our power away. And this happens all too often. We start people pleasing. How many people are people pleasers? I'm just a people pleaser. I can't do that. I'm a people pleaser. I used to be a people pleaser until I decided that I no longer want to do that. M was. And I think we get so conditioned, particularly as women, that we have to serve everybody else before ourselves. We have to please everybody else. We keep the peace. I know I've certainly been there, and I've kept the peace in my household to make sure that my husband is okay, that my kids are okay. But all I do is foster a war within me of bitterness, of resentfulness, of anger, of frustration. And that is the power that's going to dim your light and is going to prevent you from expanding. When you give your power away, looking for outside sources of validation, when you ask permission of somebody else, you're relying on somebody else, and that is giving your power away. When you need the validation, when you need the adoration, when you need the likes, when you need the follows, that is giving away your power, because you're looking for circumstances and evidence to make it just right. Some of the things that often creep up is just like, I don't feel like I'm powerful today because I haven't had my morning ritual. I didn't get my best night's sleep. I haven't had my breakfast in peace. I've got to wait for the evidence to prove that it's working before I make a decision. That is not what entrepreneurs do. That's not what CEOs do. In the big companies that I've ever worked with, the CEO is the visionary. They see what everybody else can't see before it's happened, before it's even happened. Emma's an amazing visionary. She's taught me how to do that. We're the ones with the vision. We don't need the evidence of what's happened. We don't recreate what's already been done. We want to create something new, and that is what's happening in these new galaxies. We don't wait for our ducks to be in a row. We move. I always remember, I love one of the examples of what an entrepreneur does is that they throw themselves off the cliff and they build the plane as they go down. You don't build the plane and then take off. You don't wait for someone to give you permission to jump. You jump because you know. You don't let the opinions of others, the mood, the feelings, the responses of others dictate your mood when you get up. When a client tells you that they don't like your approach, you don't let that take your power away. You hold your power. When a client asks for a refund, you hold your power. When someone gaslights you on social media, when somebody puts a comment on social media post to tell you that they think you're wrong, they don't like you anymore, and they're defriending you, don't let it take your power. When your husband has had a bad day and he takes it out on you. When your sons and your teenagers have had no sleep and they take it out on you, you hold your power. You hold your power. When you're powerless and you've got low sources of energy, you have low sources of light, and your reach cannot get there. And you start to wonder why no one can see you. It's because your power has gone. So this is when you have to claim your own source of power. Now, these are two very, very key principles that we taught inside the Limitless Principles series. Number one is life ownership. We take radical responsibility for ourselves and our own source of power. We don't rely on anybody else to give it to us, to fill us up. We don't wait for circumstances. We fill ourselves up. We make ourselves ready. We are responsible for that. And number six, we lead in that power. You lead yourself to make the decisions. You don't need permission from anybody else. You tell them what you're doing and you sell them on why, but you decide, you do it. And when you've got this level of personal power, it's life-changing. It's liberating. I am my own source of power. I don't need anybody else. And I can fill myself up whenever I want. I can light myself up because I've got an abundance of power and I know how I can get it. I can light myself up so that I can extend into galaxy beyond galaxy beyond galaxy. And that is the power energy that's going to get you to be seen, that other stars can see you. I move myself, I turn myself on. Now, how do you do this? This is what I'm going to teach you how to do inside of ABBA. And the key is awareness. The key to your power is awareness. When am I on? When am I off? What causes my leaks to turn me off? What causes me to flicker? How do I feel when I'm powerful? How do I feel when I'm powerless? Be aware of your power and your energy leaks that can cause your lights to flicker. Now, we're the center of our own lives, but there is so much that can cause us to fall out of that power vortex. Trust us, we know. And it takes practice and it takes courage to do things, and it takes a willingness to do different things differently. If you want to be seen, if you want to go into the galaxies you've never been, you've got to try something new. And this is probably one of the biggest things that you're going to have to learn how to practice and do. When your lights flicker, when your light glitches, when your light dims, your reach is going to shrink. The stars that you once lit up, those 1 or 2 stars when you first started, or all of your audience that you were serving, if you suddenly lose that power, then your stars are going to lose that connection with you and their lights will dim. And they're going to go and find another North Star to follow to light themselves up, because that's what stars do. Did you know that? Stars twinkle because of the light from the sun or the light from the moon. And if you're their moon and if you're their sun and you turn off, they're going to go and find somebody else to fire them up as well. When we're glitchy, our stars don't know why we've dimmed. They think it's because we don't believe in what we're doing anymore. They don't know that it might have been that our husbands have had a bad day or that we've had a bad night's sleep. They think it's about them. So they will go somewhere else to go and find their source of light. So I'm going to leave you on a thought here, but let your inner power be the antidote to the negative or any chaotic energy that you have going on around you. If it's one of the biggest lessons that I've learned in the last year, it is exactly that. Let your inner power be so strong that no one can take it away from you. Nothing. Being in your fullest power, shining at 100% all the time isn't always achievable, but your awareness to it and your power leaks can maintain a certain level of light energy, power energy, so that you don't dim. Anchor your power into your sources, your internal sources, your truth, your knowing, your passions. They're always within you and you can tap into that all the time. When you anchor your power into external situations, circumstances, or people, when that situation changes, when that person leaves, your connection to the power is lost. Connect to your internal source of power and you can always stay plugged in. Powered up?
I'm so powered up. I feel like I've got like butterflies in my stomach. I love hearing you talk about that. But also I wish that I had known this sooner in my life. I honestly do. And I'm so grateful that I have found it at whatever stage of life, because honestly, there's times when I look back and I think, gosh, I'd have handled that so differently. Oh gosh, that would have happened so differently if I had been in my power. The number of times I can look back on and I know that I was out of my power, and knowing this and how to stand in power and be able to hold everything that's thrown your way in life. Like your business gets to still evolve and grow and expand, and your dreams get to start to unfold in front of you, even whilst all of the shitstorms are happening alongside it. You get to hold all of it when you're in your power. And I think that's been really life-changing for us. How do I follow that? Amazing. Okay, so you've got the power. You've got the power. But there's a big but here. And this is where the strategy comes in. Okay, how then do I reach more galaxies? I've got my power. I'm all fired up. I feel it. But you need to move that power energy out of yourself and into the universe so that everybody else gets to feel it and gets to see it as well and gets drawn to it. They get drawn to your power. And sometimes what I see from a strategic perspective is women who are in their power, and they're doing all the right things to power themselves up. They've got their rituals, and they're doing the meditations, and very devoted to self-care and all of the things that make them feel powerful every single day. But then there needs to be another step that comes after that, once you've created the power within. And this is where the action happens. This is where the action needs to happen. Okay, so when we're in that powerful state, we've got to move with it. We've got to take fast action. We've got to make the steps. We've got to make the decisions. We've got to, channel that powerful energy out and allow other people to be to experience and be drawn to it. We're almost like we are the ones that cultivate it within us, but then it's up to us to take the action to move it out so that it's moving through the galaxy. And this is how we create those quantum leaps, is through moving the power, through our action, through our decisions that we make. Okay, so the strategy then, this is where the action happens. You've got the power, now what? What do I do with all this power? So one of the first strategies I want to talk to you about today in how you move your power and reach more galaxies is the strategy of lead generation. Okay, so otherwise known as, you might have heard it called attraction marketing or prospecting. You might have heard people talk about a pipeline or a sales funnel. Okay, lots of different fancy terms that they basically mean the same thing. It's our strategic way in which we move our power out into the universe and reach our ideal clients, our ideal audience of people that are outside of our existing network, outside of the people that already know us and know about what we do. And this is the process by which we make people aware of our business, and we spark something in them. That power sparks something in them. It sparks some interest or some engagement. Okay, so that now they're aware of us, and now something has sparked their interest enough so that they want to find out more. They want to come closer in our galaxy. So if you desire to coach or consult or offer services, maybe you're a therapist or a trainer, but if you desire to help people in any way, to serve people in any way, and you desire to sell services or programs or offers to people, we can only do this if we first create our galaxy and we create these emerging stars who become our potential clients. Because otherwise, all we're doing is throwing our offers out into space, and they get lost. They get lost in this big black hole in space. And we're like, where is everybody? Okay, I often hear from people saying, oh, I'm putting it out there. I'm doing my social media. I'm putting myself out there. But who are you speaking to? Is your audience growing all the time? Do you have new people coming into your world all the time? And are they the right people? Are you speaking to the right people? Are you attracting your emerging stars, your potential clients? So when we first start out in business, it's very possible to create your galaxy, so your own communities in your business through your existing network and connections, through friends and family and friends of family and colleagues and affiliates and people that you already have some connection to. You already know people who know people. Okay, and if you are implementing the first 4 strategies that we talked about in this series, so you've got this amazing brand, you're very clear on your message and who you are and what you do, and you're able to articulate it confidently, and you're clear on your social media strategy, you've got you know what content you're putting out there, you know where to post it and how to post it, and you've created your services. So you've managed to package your services up in a way that people, understand why they would buy them from you. And you're now out there launching and selling and consistently speaking about those services. If you're doing all those 4 things, it's very possible that your first clients and your income will be created through your existing galaxy that you have already, through the connections that you already have for a while. But what happens after that? What happens once everybody within your galaxy you've served them in the way that they desire to be served? What if you desire to grow your audience outside of the people that already know about you? If you want to reach new people to come into your world, and maybe you want to expand your business across borders and go global. Maybe you don't want to just work with people in your local town or even in the UK. You want to move into other parts of the world, which the online space has allowed us to have a global business. And if you want to attract more clients and generate higher levels of revenue, then we need to move into new galaxies. We need a lead generation strategy in place to expand into galaxies beyond our own. And I know that this can be super scary, because now we're venturing out into the unknown. And well, for some people it's super scary, for some people it's super exciting, because they desire to move out and speak to new people. But it can also be daunting as well, because in order to be visible to people outside of our own galaxy, we need to make ourselves seen and heard. Okay, and this is something that a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with. And from our perspective, something that we are very passionate about is helping you to create a strategic direction, helping you to create a lead generation strategy that is designed and works for you, your personality, your human design type, your phase of life as well, where you are within your business. And what we will do through Aligned Business Architecture is to show you the different ways in which you can do lead generation in your business and help you to put in place a strategy that works for you, that feels good for you, because there isn't a one size fits all approach here. So I'm going to talk to you about a couple of the lead generation strategies that we have utilized and that are available to you. This isn't an exhaustive list. There are probably many others, but these are some of the key ones that we love to talk about in our work. So one of the first ones is through the creation of a lead funnel and adverts that lead into that funnel. So what I mean by that is that what we help you to do is to create an automated process. Okay, so once you create this funnel once, it's an automated funnel that continues to bring you leads day after day, month after month. So we create once and then we just tweak. And in this process, what we do is we use Facebook ads or other promotional advertising opportunities to drive people through to a registration page, which then adds them onto an email list by exchanging a free offer that you have to give for their personal contact details. So there is an exchange of energy that goes on during this process. But like I say, once you have created this funnel once, it allows you to, I guess, just feel really supported in your business, that you are continually reaching new people that don't know about you and bringing them into your galaxy without having to go down, knocking on people's doors, AKA jumping into people's direct messages or, any of those kind of time consuming, slightly icky sales tactics, shall we say. So this is a really powerful way in which you can generate leads, is through funnels and adverts. Another way that we love is through podcasting. And whether this is through creating your own podcast or a guest appearance on somebody else's podcast, this is an opportunity for you to speak out and be on somebody else's stage where you have a common audience, but potentially non-competitive businesses. And you get to speak and be seen and be heard by people who are going to be your emerging stars. They're going to be your potential clients as well. And this is an opportunity for you to then lead them back into your galaxy if they choose. So podcasting is another great lead generation strategy that we can talk about. The other strategy that we have utilized in our business is PR. So this is just you generating coverage in industry magazines or other media that is frequented by your core audience, whether that's print magazines or online magazines, whether it's other events or places where your people are hanging out, and providing them with content. So providing them with tips, ideas, pieces of editorial, which then links back to your business. So I think last year alone, we were featured in Psychologist magazine, Red, Women's Fitness, Successful Founder magazine. We were in Karen Brady's Fabulous magazine. So all of this is creating it's creating coverage for our business in other places outside of our own networks. You might also consider live events, so opportunities for people to come and actually experience what it might be like to work with you and sample your work, giving people that opportunity to almost try before they buy through a live event experience, whether that's in person or whether it's online. There's a lot of opportunity in providing those experiences to people. You may also look at collaborations with other business owners. So can you find opportunities for partnerships that are non-competitive, but also where you share the same audience? You're looking to shine your light for the same stars in a non-competitive space. So collaborations are also really powerful. And then finally, affiliations. So offering opportunities for your current stars to attract more stars for you. So if you've already got people in your world, if you've already got clients in your world, incentivizing and offering them something in return for sharing their experience with their network so that you can expand outwards into their galaxy is also a really powerful way to do lead generation. And a lot of the time people say to me, okay, well, which one's best? And which one's best for me? Which works the best? They all work. Okay, they all work, but it's about finding the one that works the best for you, because I'm not going to suggest that you try and go into all of those different areas all at one time, because you will drive yourself crazy. You'll end up, completely burnt out. And, I would say just focus on one lead generation strategy for your business to start with. Potentially at some point you might embrace two, but really focus on those and doing them really, really well, and find the one that feels good for you. Some of these may make better use of, your personality and your skills and the way in which you like to shine your light better than others. If you're somebody that loves to speak on stage, let's find opportunities for you to do that and expand your reach that way. So it's a very personal thing, lead generation. And this is why in aligned business architecture, it's very much about giving you the tools and the techniques and the how you can do all of these things, and then allowing you to find the one that works the best for you. Okay.
I love that, Em. It's kind of like, I want to go into another galaxy. You've just got to decide which route you want to go. There are so many different paths, but you've got to choose one and then walk it with that power energy and go for it.
Yeah, with the commitment and the conviction. So it's like, I choose this one. I'm going to devote myself to this one. I'm going to learn everything about it. And I'm going to stay the path. Like sometimes people start these things and then give up too soon, but it's really about like choose your route and really master that and see whether that's the right one for you before you move on to the next one.
I'm going to pick up on a word there. You talked about conviction. Yes. And that's what I'm coming in to talk to you about now. Conviction comes from your belief. And this is the final piece, or the final principle that I want to talk to you about in terms of the aligned business architecture. And just like the power energy, if you don't have the belief, you're never going to have the reach. This is probably the biggest thing that is going to suck the light out of your business and pull you out into that black hole. No matter what you do, if you do not have this piece, you're never going to have the desired results. So belief energy, I believe, is quite possibly the most important energy of all for you to master. You've heard me say it and I'm going to say it again, but your mind can fuck you up or it can fire you the fuck up. And you get to choose how you're going to use your biggest asset, your brain, your mind. It is always full of thoughts and beliefs. I believe it's something like 75,000 thoughts a day we all have in our minds, and you get to choose which ones you're going to act on, which ones are you going to take forward. So my first question to you is, what is the biggest belief you have about yourself and your business right now? Do you believe in you? Do you believe in your business and what you can do? Because without the belief in you, in yourself, and in your business, you are always going to be limited. It's going to reach you to where you are. You will never be able to expand out into those bigger galaxies far beyond, to infinity and beyond. You're always going to have this thing holding you back, holding you down. It's going to make you feel like no matter how high you stretch, you're still going to be anchored to exactly where you are, and you will never have that thrill of quantum leaping, of extending, of expanding. And the light that I love to see, and the way that I imagine it, the light that we power ourselves up with, the clearer it is, it all comes back down to the purity of our thoughts and the purity of our beliefs. And that is the pureness of our energy. And the purer your energy is in terms of belief, the further it will go. And this energy that we extend, that aura that goes out into the world, that goes far beyond, is a reflection of how we feel in here. Our feelings are always true. You can't override a feeling. You can't hide them. You can squash them down, but you can't hide them. You might find that you can numb the feelings, but that too will also have an effect on the energy and the aura that you're putting out. It will come out as flat, dull, lifeless, and no stars in the galaxies will respond to that. So our true feelings and how we feel in here will dictate the color, the clarity of the energy that we are emitting and that aura, and how far it will go. And it's our feelings that are really going to tell us how we truly feel and believe and think about what it is that we're doing. I'm going to say that again. Our feelings are the things that tell us that we need to go and have a look at what we're believing, about what we're thinking, because how we feel is ignited by a thought or a belief that we have. And a belief is just a thought that you've thought over and over and over again, or heard so many times that it's become part of your DNA, your coding, and your programming. But now you know differently. Now you know differently. Because it's so important to understand that color, that clarity, that energy that's going out is of its purest and of its clearest light. Because otherwise, if it becomes blurry, if it becomes colored or tainted through your words, your tone, your actions, the way you speak, the way you show up, is not going to be clear to anybody else who's following you. And this is often what we call energetic protection, a kind of dissonance, so they can't quite see. If you don't quite believe in you, if you don't quite believe in your mission, your movement, and what you're trying to create, then there's an element of protection, protecting you and protecting others from you. The universe will protect you through this energetic dissonance. So it's so important in this energetic principle that clarity and purity are really your focus. If you want to go fast, you've got to have absolute clarity. You've got to have a clear vision of where you're going. And that's some of the things that Em talks to you about as we go on this path, this vision. It's like driving in a car. You've got to know where you're going. You've got to have a really clear vision. Your windscreen has to be so clear so that you can go fast. But our beliefs, our thoughts and our stories about where we're going and what we're doing and how fast we're going are going to cloud that view. And sometimes it can be very, very smeary. And sometimes it can be completely and utterly blocked so that you have to stop. And this principle is all about clearing that windscreen. It's about clearing that shit off the windscreen, as Em calls it. I am the chief shit clearer. And that's what I will do inside of Aligned Business Architecture Live, the live experience, whether you come and join us with the live experience, whether you come and join us as you know, inside Fusion in our private coaching packages. This is the biggest area I help people with, this belief energy. Because what you want to do is make sure that other people want to get in that vehicle with you, and no one's going to get in that vehicle with you if there's shit all over the car. You know, they want to get in and know where you're going and what you're doing and what you're saying has this purity to it and this crystal clear energy. They're like, yes, I believe in you. And their belief is matched by the belief that you have in you. So my question here for you to go away and journal on, use your workbooks, use your worksheets, and ask yourself, what are the beliefs that you currently have about you? Get honest with yourself. What do you really believe about you? What do you really believe about your business, your office, your programs, where you're going? Are they shitty or are they beautiful? Are they clear? Are they great? Are they even your beliefs? Or are they somebody else's beliefs that they're impressing on you over coffee in the morning that they think, they say to you, well, I wouldn't buy that program. Does that make you think that nobody else is too? That you wouldn't buy your program? So start to get really, really clear on what's going on in up here so that you can start to clear it. And as I said, in ABBA Live, in the live experience, I'm going to help you clear all that up. Because true quantum leaping comes when you have this unwavering belief, when you're able to hold this level of belief, even when everything else is going wrong around you. You couple this with that power energy, when there's no energy, when there's no evidence, when there's nothing in the galaxy that seems to be going right, when there are no stars, no lights, just blackness, just dark holes, and you think it's going to take a fucking miracle to get me to find new galaxies, new stars, to create this business, to keep this business alive. This is the time that you go deep and you hold that belief, you have that faith that it's all working out. This is the time that you have to hold on to the belief that it's all going to be worth it, that it's all going to be better than you can even imagine, that you have absolute faith and trust in you and the people that are going to find you. Those stars will find you if you shine your brightest light. In the darkness of the galaxy, this is where new stars are born. It's when your belief in yourself becomes so strong, your conviction in what you know is possible creates an energy so strong that it starts a spark. And this is the time you hold the faith, the belief, and the trust that you were put here for something bigger, from where you are now to where you want to go, that more is available to you now. And all you have to do is remain in that vibrational harmony of excitement, of power, of belief with your soul's desires and where you want to go. Hold that passion, hold that joy, hold that power, hold it. Don't fight it, and keep taking action to keep on going despite every single odd. You're going to keep going because your belief is bigger than your fear, bigger than your doubts. And that is when the miracle happens. It happens from your heart and your soul, not from what's going on in your mind. So are you willing to believe? Are you willing to shed all of your old beliefs, all of your old stories, so that you can create that spark? Are you willing to believe that anything is possible for you right now? Are you willing to change all of the energy that you're putting into the fact that you believe nothing's happening, nothing's working, that you will never do it? Are you willing to change that narrative and start to say to yourself over and over and over again, I believe in me. I believe in what I'm doing. I believe in my mission. I believe in what's happening. I believe, I have faith, I have trust. And if you hang out with me long enough, I will have you believing that you can do absolutely anything, go anywhere, find the biggest galaxy, be in the biggest star, whatever you want. That is what I'm going to help you believe is possible for you, because there are galaxies of stars waiting for you to explode so that they can see you. There are limitless numbers of galaxies out there in the universe, in the multiverse. There is more than enough for everybody to have their own galaxy, to have their multiple galaxies, billions of stars. And I believe in you. And I will continue to believe in you. And when you waver, and that is my role in Aligned Business Architecture Live, I believe in you and I help you hold that belief in you so that miracles happen, so that stars explode, so that galaxies are formed for you.
I love that. I think it's one of the biggest misconceptions, isn't it, when we talk about the universe, is that it's like it's singular. And it's not at all. We actually live in a multiverse where there is limitless potential for all of us to expand outwards. And that is like so exciting to me, because I think sometimes it can be very daunting to come into this industry and see people that have already got these amazing big galaxies and they're shining bright stars. And when you compare yourself to where your galaxy and your stars are, you feel like you're not big enough or good enough to be in that multiverse with everybody else. And that's just not the case. Like, we can all expand with limitlessness to whatever scale that we desire to scale to. And like, that for me blows my mind every single day, but it just gets me like really excited as well. And actually like leads on really nicely to what I'm going to talk about next, which is scalability. And scalability engineering. And I know how geeky that sounds, and I don't care. Because that is who I am. I am a geek. But from a strategic perspective then, in terms of, okay, scalability, like, how do we engineer this so that we can have confidence in our ability to grow and scale and expand, that we can take advantage of this limitlessness of the multiverse that we are in? How do we create more stars? How do we serve more people, create more opportunities for people to work with us, create multiple services within our businesses so that we have that multiple income streams coming in consistently all the time that we feel supported by? So if we desire to support more people, if we desire to have more stars in our galaxy, then the first thing we need to do is create the opportunities to serve those people, serve those stars with our work. Okay, it's not enough to just be on social media and inspiring and sharing your stories and sharing your journey. If we're gonna serve other people to go through the same transformation that we've been through, we have to create opportunities and containers and places for people to come and experience that with us. We need to, create multiple services and multiple ways in which people can work with us in a way that works for them and that meets their desire and meets where they are on their journey. So this is where the scalability piece comes in, because in doing so, in creating multiple ways in which people can buy, in creating multiple income streams and consistent income streams, this is how we grow our yearly income. This is how we grow our revenues and we expand our business over time. So I want to share with you a scalability framework that I created, and it's being trademarked. It's called the Well-Balanced Business Matrix. And this is a framework in which we use to build a business model for ourselves that not only meets our income goals, and it meets income goals on 3 different levels, which I'm going to share with you, but it also meets our clients' desires and their goals as well. So it's very much a win-win situation for everybody. So what I want you to do, I actually want you to draw this out, because I want you to see it for yourself and have it in front of you. So draw yourself like a noughts and crosses table in your notepad. So, 2 lines horizontal, 2 lines vertically, just like you're about to play noughts and crosses. We're not playing noughts and crosses, by the way. What I want you to do is write along the top R in the first box, O in the middle box, and P in the third box along the top. And then down the side, so down the y-axis, I want you to write E, E, E in the 3 boxes. Okay, so you should have a grid that's got 9 boxes. Hopefully you've got that. Okay, so what do those stand for then? So along the top, along your x-axis, I think I've got that right. Along your x-axis, where you've written the words R-O-P, the first box in the matrix, it stands for recurring income. Okay, recurring income is income that is reliable income that we know is coming month on month. So we've got this almost like baseline of income that's coming into our business and generating us revenue that we can use to, forecast with, we can plan with. We know that it's secure. It's the income that makes us feel supported in our business so that we can pay ourselves, we can pay anybody who is part of our team or any investments we want to make in the business. And we are covered. Okay. You feel supported. And this kind of income, it comes from things like payment plans, like recurring monthly payments, whether that's through payment plans for your private coaching, or whether it's payment plans through a live program that you're running, but it's payments that are coming in all the time. And this is really important income because it is that baseline that makes you feel like you can sleep at night. Like you don't have to worry about money. Like you don't have to worry where the next client or payment's coming from. So this kind of recurring income is really important for your energy as well. The second word that you've written down, or second letter, is the O. And this stands for overflow income. Okay. Now this is really exciting income because this is where you have like these extra boosts of income that come in during the month. So this could be maybe from something specific that you're launching within that period. Maybe it's an event that you're running. It could be a retreat that you're running that month. It could be a live launch where you have people pay in full. And this is what boosts that baseline income. So not only are you now feeling supported, but you've got this incredible overflow. You've got this whole more than enough income for everything that you need. And this is where it gets really exciting because this is where you get to start stepping into money that you desire, like exciting money that gets to be fun money, that gets to be money for reinvesting in the things that you want to do to grow. So that's the overflow income. And then the final letter is the P, and this stands for passive income. And I know for a lot of people, like this is the dream. This is the dreamscape, is having passive income, because basically that means that we create something once and then we continue to earn from it all of the time, ongoing. So it's bringing us income without any additional effort from us after the initial energy that we put into creating it. So for instance, this could be digital courses, it could be online courses that are available. It could be pre-recorded masterclasses or recorded masterclasses that you did live once upon a time, and now they're available to buy as a recorded version. So all of these things can create passive income for you as well. And this is just like that additional income that, pings into your account, even whilst you're not actually doing anything to create it. So that's really exciting too. So what we do is we create opportunities in our business for all of these incomes to be available to us. Okay, recurring income, overflow income, and passive income. This is all part of our ability to scale. Now down the left-hand side of your table, hopefully you've written the three letters E, E, E. And this part is all about your clients' desires. This is about how you meet your clients where they are with what they desire to buy from you. And this is where we create this win-win situation where you're meeting your income goals, but you're also meeting your clients' desires. So the first E right at the top then stands for exclusive. So these are the offers that we help you to create that are very much like all about me, like all about that individual client. Okay. This is your high-end services where you have high levels of personalization. You've got high levels of support, like high touch point, as we call it. So lots of interaction from you one-to-one. And typically these come at a higher investment point. So it could be something like your private coaching. It could be retreats, masterminds, VIP experiences. These would all fall into that exclusive category. So some people just want exclusive. They just want it to be all about them. They want it to be personalized. They want it to be tailored. They want that high level of support, and they are willing to invest high level for that level of value. So exclusive is one of the ways where we meet our clients' desires. The next way, so the second E, stands for energizer. And the reason why we call it energizer is because this is a service or an offer or a program that is designed to basically create like a specific transformation for a specific audience over a set period of time. Okay, so it could be, for instance, a live program that is dedicated to a particular outcome, and it's dedicated to a very specific person, and it's going to be running for a set period of time. So these are typically more kind of mid-range services where you may receive some kind of personal interaction. You may offer some sort of personal interaction with your clients. There'll be live elements to what you do, but there may also be a bit of a hybrid with some pre-prepared content that you've already created. And as such, typically these are more of a mid-range investment for your client as well. So this is where they may have a specific problem that they wish to solve, and they want to come and work with you for a set period of time to create that transformation, to solve that problem. Okay, so it's a little bit more it's a little bit more focused in terms of one particular outcome. Exclusive services tend to support people with a number of different outcomes. And then we've got the third E, which is our entry-level evergreen services. So these services allow people to come and dip their toe in the water with you, to see what it might be like to work with you. And typically they are self-led. So they would be things that are already pre-prepared content, such as online courses or online pre-recorded masterclasses, where people get to come in and learn from you, but they're learning from content that you're not having to deliver in real time. Okay, so they're still getting all of the value, still getting all of the mastery and the knowledge, but they don't have so much one-to-one interaction with you. So these are typically, they tend to be very focused on one specific area or one specific topic. And typically they're available all of the time and anytime. People can buy at any time they want, and they can tap into that. And as such, these are typically lower investment that give people the opportunity to experience your work before potentially moving into maybe an energizer container or even an exclusive container with you. So all three of these provide opportunities for clients to come in and work with you at different levels. And this is what helps this scalability, is having different ways in which people can work with you, different investment levels, but also being able to meet your income goals for recurring, overflow, and passive income. Okay. And what we teach you to do in Aligned Business Architecture is that all of the offers and the services that come into this matrix, there's a sweet spot. Okay, so you will be able to start to fill in those gaps in your matrix. So you will have, you know, exclusive offers that offer overflow income. You might have entry-level evergreen offers that offer passive income. So where those two axes meet, from the income and the client desire, this is where we start to create our offers and our services. And by building out a much more diverse business that has different opportunities, this is what enables you to scale. Because if you're only ever offering private coaching exclusive, you are limited in the people that you can support. You're limited in the ways in which you can create income streams in your business. And as you know, we're not about being limited in any way. We want to create limitless opportunities for people to work with us. And we want to create limitless opportunities to receive income in our business every single day through recurring, overflow, and passive income streams. And if that feels really good for you, this is how we're going to help you to create that scalability model. We're going to map this out for you so that you know exactly what you're launching and when you're launching it, and that you know that you've got a model that can sustain the level of growth that you desire. And that's a key word here as well. It's sustainability, because one sale, one launch, one good month doesn't create a sustainable business model. This is what creates profitability and sustainability for the long term. So it's a really exciting way to build out a real business, like a real business that you can continue to expand from. And everything that we put into this matrix has the ability to be scalable in its own right. So every program and service that we will help you to create is scalable beyond limits. Okay, which is really, really exciting, because it means there is no restriction on how far you can grow with the services that you offer. I don't know about you, but that excites me, because we are all about limitlessness and, expansion and helping you to grow beyond. This is how we create the more stars, the more galaxies within your business.
Infinite numbers of stars and infinite numbers of galaxies, because you've got the masculine structures in order to be able to hold that. I think this leads really nicely on to what actually is the aligned business architecture all about. And inside the live experience, or whether you come and work with us privately, this is what we teach you to do. We're not going to teach you how to be a coach, or how to be a trainer, or a therapist, or a healer, or a chiropractor, or whatever else it is you can do. You've taken the qualifications to become that, or you've had the life experiences to feel that you are able to mentor and help other people in their transformations. Mm-hmm. And this is how I felt when I came to It was like, I've got everything, but I have absolutely no idea how to run a business. How do I become a business owner? Mm-hmm. And there's a wild difference, isn't there, Em? I know we were talking about that on some of the posts that we talked last night. There are coaching skills and there are business skills that you need to learn. And if you want to have that consistent cash, consistent client, consistent growth, consistent scaling, you need to learn and embrace the skills of being a business owner just as much as you do the coaching side of things, the passionate side, the training piece.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think where we are coming from with Aligned Business Architecture is helping you to monetize the skills in a sustainable and profitable way. So you've got the skills, you've got the passion, like there's never any doubt about that. Like we see passionate women that love to coach and to help people all the time. And I feel like maybe we ruffled some feathers last night when we said, there is a difference between the desire to be a coach and the desire to have a coaching business. Okay, because they're two very different things. And coaching you can do anywhere. Okay, you can coach your friends, your family. You could even go into someone else's business, or you could go into a corporate environment and coach and help people. You can go into communities and coach people. You could write books that coach people. Okay, because you've got the skills, you've got the passion.
Football teams have multiple coaches. They've got the mindset coaches, they've got the personal trainer coaches, they've got the physiotherapist coaches, they've got every type of coach, but you're working for somebody else, their business, their entity.
Yeah. So this is about enabling you to do your coaching, to fulfill your passion by having the business vehicle that's going to drive the consistent clients and cash flow for you. And I know like a lot of training providers are still teaching this really outdated way of exchanging time for money model. Like, 1 hour session, 60 quid. Great. Now I'm limited because I've got a limited number of hours and I've got a limitation on how much I can charge for that 1 hour. So your business is always going to be limited in terms of how much it can grow. Okay. And this is where this is so powerful, is because you have the qualifications to be the coach, but not necessarily the qualifications to run the business. And one of the things we hear a lot of the time is, I just want to get more clients. I just want to make more money. But do you have the business model to support you and to generate that for you so that you can work with more people, change more lives, work with more clients?
It's like saying just being a coach isn't enough, is it? Just being a coach isn't going to guarantee you consistent cash, consistent clients. And I think that's how I came to It was like, please teach me how to run the business so that I can grow and scale and have the lifestyle, have the luxuries, have the freedom, have the travel, have the life that I want, have the generosity to be able to give. Let my boys go to the schools that they want, go and have the experiences that I want to have in this lifetime. And they're two very separate things. Coaching I love, but now I've learned how to run a business and love running a business as much as I love the coaching.
Yeah. Exactly. So I suppose the question we all have to ask ourselves is like, do you want to coach in another business, or do you desire the freedom to grow your own coaching business in a way that feels right for you? And if so, there are different skills and this is a whole different level of commitment and devotion to the business, as well as to being the coach. And both of them are needed in equal measures, the same willingness, the same deep devotion to showing up for the business as much as showing up for your clients and your coaching as well. And that's really what ABBA is for. Like, we show you how to build a business that supports you to do your coaching in a way that's commercially viable, profitable, and sustainable for the future as well, so that you can keep doing what you love to do. And it's about creating a business that supports you to have the life that you want as well. The lifestyle, the freedoms, the luxuries, the generosity, as Ali's mentioned, the home, the holidays, the travel, the legacy that you want to leave for your children. And it's also about creating that brand loyalty as well, so that your stars create more stars through referrals. And the stars that are already in your galaxy just keep getting bigger as well. Clients that continue to be loyal to you and stay with you for their journey. I'm
going to take you through a little bit of energetics.
Yeah.
You've heard us talk about Aligned Business Architecture Live, the live experience. The live experience starts on the 19th of September. It's a 6-month experience. You can jump in today on Pioneer pricing. Today is the last day that you're going to have Pioneer pricing. So it's £2,500 today. Tomorrow it will be £3,000. Today it's 6 installments of 444. Tomorrow it'll be £555 times 6 months, over 6 months. So you can jump in now and you can spend the next 6 months doing what you love in terms of coaching, training, healing, whatever it is that you do, consulting. And you can learn to grow a business that's going to scale. And we're going to show you it in a way, as Em said, that's profitable, that is sustainable, and in a way that you love, because this is the way that we've built it. And this is how we've helped our private clients and our other clients do it as well. But I want you to just think about what it might be like in 6 months' time, because we want it to be utterly different, unrecognizable. Our business and our lives are unrecognizable from how they were 6 months ago, beyond belief 12 months ago. And we want this for you. So I'm just going to ask you to indulge me. I want you to use one of my favorite resources, and that is the resource of imagination. So I would really love you just to take a moment to use your imagination to see what is possible. What is possible for you? Can you see a time in 6 months' time when you could be free from your financial burdens, your financial worries? You're celebrating a big money month, the biggest one you've ever had, new clients, payments coming in, payments while you sleep. When you wake up and you see that ping from Stripe or PayPal or someone in your inbox saying, send me a link. You're free to create the timelines that are your timelines, your own deadlines, your timescales. You're free to invest however you want. You've covered all your debts, you've got savings, you're free to invest in you, you're free to invest in your business, you're free to be generous, you're free to hire the VA, hire the business mentor. You can do whatever you want with the money that you've got. I want you to imagine you being free to be you. Waking up every day without an alarm clock, working wherever you want to be, whether that's from bed, whether it's on your dog walk, whether it's from the beach, from a coffee shop. You can do it wherever you want to be. You're doing what you love every single day with a full client list of clients who you love to serve, who you love having conversations with. You have a thriving community who you love to go in and chat to. You've got an audience that keeps on growing. And you've got a business that allows you to do what you love. That's where we're going to be taking you in the next 6 months. It's where we've taken ourselves, and we're taking ourselves to the next version and the next level of that. And I can't wait to see what that looks like. And just while you're imagining that, I want you to just sit and think of the feelings. I'm an energetics coach, so to me, it's all about the feelings. When I'm imagining that, when you're imagining that, how are you feeling in your body? Excited, euphoric, calm, grounded. What are the words that come along with that imagination? Because it's all available to you. In Aber Live, we're not going to teach you your speciality. Em's going to teach you how to run a business that's going to create you a life that you love. And I'm going to support you in all the mind fucks along the way. Because running a business is not easy. Being an entrepreneur is not easy. And there are going to be times when you're going to wobble, and there will be times where you want to give up, throw in the towel. But that's why I am there, in order for you to know that every single wobble, every single moment that you want to quit is just a transition to something incredible, to the next galaxy. You've got to go down a black hole to get to the next galaxy. So you've got to just embrace that period of time. Ladies, Pioneer Pricing ends today. We will be starting on the 19th of September. You can jump on board, but we have given you the most incredible series. I know it's been incredible because I loved writing it. I've loved hearing it. I've loved embodying all of it over the last three weeks. You've got everything you need. You've got the workbooks. You've got the 3 sessions. You can go away and do your own assessment of where you are and where you want to go. Or you can come and do it with us for the next 6 months and take yourself into the next galaxy, which you don't know what it looks like yet, but it's going to be amazing.
Hope to see you there.
See you there. All the links are all over this group. If you can't find them, ask us. If you have any questions, please do jump into our inbox and ask the questions. I would love to caveat though that Em is going on holiday, so she's not going to be in her inbox all the time. I'm also going to be taking my boys back to school, so the next 24 hours is really important for me to spend with my boys. So I'm not going to be in my inbox all the time. We will do our best to answer your questions so that you can get the Pioneer pricing, but I would also urge you to go and watch the videos, the Q&As that we've got all in the guide sections if you do have a burning question. If you do have a burning question and you're just about to jump in and you've got it now, I suggest you send it to us in the next hour so we can answer it.
Yeah, please, 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 please.
Please do that, because we don't want to let you down. But Pioneer pricing will end tonight. The coupon ends just 1 minute before midnight, UK time tonight. Everything will start to flick over tomorrow, and
everything will turn into a pumpkin. Not really.
Cannot wait. We're going to be, over the next 2 weeks, we're going to be telling you more and more information about the Aligned Business Architecture Live. So it's not hard. It's just Pioneer pricing that's ending is all I'm trying to say. The doors are open right up until the 19th. So you've got plenty of time to work through. If you're an emotional authority, you've got plenty of time to work through your emotions. But if your sacral is saying, hell yes, I'm in, get in on Pioneer pricing.
Yeah, don't miss that.
Make a smart business move.
Make a smart business move. All right. Ladies, we've loved being here. Thank you so much if you've been here for all 3 parts of the series. If not, please do go back and watch part 1 and 2. And we'll be back really soon here in the group. Have a wonderful weekend. Lots of love. Bye for now.